Uniform Civil Code, a complex and debated topic. The Uniform Civil Code, UCC, is a highly debated proposal in India that aims to establish a single set of personal laws governing matters like marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption for all citizens, regardless of their religion or community. This is distinct from the current system where different communities have their own personal laws based on their religious scriptures and customs. Arguments for UCC. Equality. Proponents argue that UCC promotes equality by ensuring all citizens are subject to the same legal framework, regardless of their religion. Gender justice. UCC can address discriminatory practices within certain religious laws, such as polygamy or unequal inheritance rights for women. National integration. Supporters believe a common code fosters national unity and reduces legal complexities arising from diverse personal laws. Arguments against UCC. Religious freedom. Opponents argue that UCC infringes on the right to religious freedom and threatens the cultural identity of minority communities. Uniformity, not universality. Critics argue that a one-size-fits-all approach might not be sensitive to diverse social practices and customs within different communities. Potential for misuse. Concerns exist that the code could be misused to target minority communities or impose a dominant majority's values. Current status. The implementation of UCC is not mandatory under the Indian Constitution, but Article 44 states that the state shall endeavor to secure it. Several states, including Uttarakhand, are exploring implementing UCC. However, it faces legal challenges and political opposition. The debate remains highly charged, with no clear consensus on the way forward. Uttarakhand Cabinet approves UCC draft report, bill likely to be tabled in Assembly on Feb 6. The Uttarakhand Cabinet approved the report on the Uniform Civil Code, UCC, during a cabinet meeting held at the Chief Minister's residence under the chairmanship of Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami. With the Cabinet's approval to the UCC draft report, the government likely to present the UCC bill during the Uttarakhand Assembly session on February 6. Once implemented, Uttarakhand will become the first Indian state after independence to adopt the UCC. It has been operational in Goa since the days of the Portuguese rule. The UCC Drafting Committee, led by retired Supreme Court Judge Ranjana Prakash Desai, submitted the draft to Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami. Uniform Civil Code, UCC. This refers to a set of common personal laws governing all citizens, regardless of their religion, in matters like marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption. Uttarakhand. This is a state in India currently considering implementing a UCC. Pushkar Singh Dhami. He is the current Chief Minister of Uttarakhand and a proponent of the UCC in the state. Uttarakhand is currently taking steps towards implementing a UCC. In June 2022, the state government formed a committee to recommend ways for its implementation. The committee, headed by retired Justice Desai, submitted its final draft report to Chief Minister Dhami in February 2023. It is now awaiting discussion and approval by the state cabinet and assembly. Pushkar Singh Dhami is a strong advocate for UCC in Uttarakhand. He has repeatedly emphasized his commitment to implementing the code, believing it will promote gender equality and national integration. However, the proposal faces opposition from some groups who see it as an infringement on their religious rights. Uniform Civil Code, UCC in Uttarakhand. The UCC aims to create a single set of personal laws for all citizens, regardless of their religion, in matters like marriage, divorce, inheritance, and adoption. In June 2022, the Uttarakhand government formed a committee to examine ways to implement a UCC in the state. The committee submitted its final report to Chief Minister Dhami in December 2023. The draft UCC recommends, among other things, banning triple talaq and halala, legalizing live-in relationships, and ensuring equal inheritance rights for men and women. The draft is currently under consideration by the state government and is expected to be tabled in the state assembly soon. Pushkar Singh Dhami's role. As Chief Minister, Dhami has been a vocal proponent of implementing a UCC in Uttarakhand. He established the committee to study the issue and received their final report. He is expected to play a key role in advancing the UCC legislation through the state assembly. Current status: the draft UCC is under consideration by the Uttarakhand government. It is expected to be tabled in the state assembly soon for debate and discussion. The final decision on whether or not to implement a UCC in Uttarakhand will be made by the state legislature. Additional points to consider. The implementation of a UCC is a complex and controversial issue, with strong arguments both for and against it. The draft UCC for Uttarakhand has been criticized by some for not adequately considering the concerns of minority communities. The final outcome of the UCC debate in Uttarakhand remains uncertain. Uniform Civil Code UCC in Uttarakhand. What's the latest with Pushkar Singh Dhami? Recent developments. Draft submitted. In June 2022, the Uttarakhand government formed a committee to draft a UCC for the state. The committee, led by retired Justice R.S. Desai, submitted its final report to Chief Minister Dhami on February 2, 2024. Assembly session. The report is currently being reviewed by the government and is expected to be tabled in the upcoming State Assembly session scheduled for February 5 to 8, 2024. Key features of draft. The draft UCC reportedly promotes gender equality, bans polygamy and triple talaq, legalizes live-in relationships, and sets a minimum marriage age of 21 for women. It excludes tribals from its ambit. Pushkar Singh Dhami's role. Advocate for UCC. Dhami has been a vocal advocate for implementing a UCC in Uttarakhand, stating that it will ensure equality and promote social harmony. Committee formation. He convened the committee to examine the feasibility of UCC and draft a suitable code. Next steps. Dhami will likely play a key role in guiding the UCC's progress through the Assembly and addressing any concerns or opposition. Current status. Uncertainty. The UCC's future remains uncertain as it faces potential legal challenges and opposition from certain sections of society. Debate expected. The upcoming Assembly session is expected to see a heated debate on the UCC, with both supporters and opponents presenting their arguments. Additional points. The UCC is a contentious issue in India, with supporters arguing for its unifying potential and opponents raising concerns about religious freedom and minority rights. The Supreme Court has not yet ruled definitively on the constitutionality of a UCC. The implementation of UCC in Uttarakhand will be closely watched by other states considering similar legislation.